You are welcome to another episode of the SNC show. And today on the show, I will be chopping it up with one of the hottest music producers in Nigeria right now, SeyiKeyz. Seyi produced a couple of songs, My Life and Nurse Alabere, and the intro on Adekunle Gold's album. He also served as the assistant A&R for the album. Prior to receiving major acclaim for his work on Adekunle Gold's album, Seyi actually used to be in a group with Adekunle called The Bridge. And early on, The Bridge's musical sound was strictly akin to songs of a hymnal nature, but it eventually matured to encompass various genres of music built on melodic instrumentals with a focus on personal themes and socio-political concerns. The Bridge released covers such as Omolade, which was a sample of Flavor's Ada Ada, and songs such as Make It Happen featuring GT the Guitar Man, Norm Breaker featuring Skills, and No Sleeping on a Bicycle. Since The Bridge's hiatus, Seyi has developed into a music producer and A&R to be reckoned with. As a fellow A&R, I'm happy to have him on the show. Welcome to the show, Seyi.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here today.
Are you really glad?
Yes, I'm glad because I mean it's something good.
Because you know why I'm asking you really glad, because it's been a bit of an ordeal to get you on here because you've been super busy, you're super in demand. So I'm really glad that you're able to make out time to do the show, and I'm really, really thankful. So thank you.
Yeah, I mean it's like the first major interview in 2017. So
yay! Okay, cool. So we're going to tell Seyi to speak up a little because he's trying to use his bedroom voice for all the girls that are listening, but me, you know, they enter me. So Seyi, I beg it, up the volume, okay? Okay, so word on the street is that your passport name is Bakare Shepumi Michael. Is that true?
Yes, actually it's Bakare Michael Sunday.
Bakare Michael Sunday?
Yes, on my passport. So, but Seyi is one of my 6 names. Like Seyi is one of, I have like 6 to 7 names, but Seyi is one of it. And I kind of like the Seyi name, so I think ladies like it too.
Wait, you said you have 6 to 7 names. Can you tell us what the 6 to 7 names are? It doesn't. We want to know.
Okay, I'm Michael. I'm Sunday. I'm Tosi. I'm Shegun. I'm Ayo, and I'm Seyi.
Oh, okay. So, how did the name SeyiKeyz get created?
Number one, the first is I actually like the name. Yeah, Seyi. And then because I play piano, I've been playing for a long time, like 6 years old. So I'm just like, okay, I wanted to use Seyi beat and stuff. I'm like, no, it's not nice, Alicia Keys and stuff. Okay, let me just put the keys and then, I think it blends. So since then, it's just been cool. SeyiKeyz.
Yeah, it is really cool because, you just say, there's something about hearing SeyiKeyz. It's just it has its own swag.
Award kind of.
Exactly, so yeah, okay, cool. So how long have you been producing music? I know that I touched a bit on it in my introduction, but can you take us through your musical background?
Okay, I came from a musical family. Yeah, my dad plays guitar, my mom sings. She actually has like 2 albums. My sister sings too, yeah. And I've been around music all my life, basically. I've been around producers all my life, right? And those days when we used to do covers, demos, and everything, I used to do just small demo on the keyboard and then just record and stuff. So, and as time goes on, I was like, okay, let me just go into production. Basically, since I know how to pick sounds, I started learning basically. But I'll say I really, really went into this thing last year. Yeah, when I traveled last 2 years, I went to Mauritius, and when I got back, then I picked it up, and then I started doing 1 or 2 things. Most of the songs on Adekunle Gold's album were demoed by me, and we just did it together. And then, so basically, let me just say last year, yeah.
That's pretty impressive because, like, when I listened to Adekunle Gold's album, the songs I heard about that you produced, like, sounded like you had been in the game for, like,
maybe because I've always been into music,
True.
So some songs took me a while to understand because I just wanted to get like 100%. Like, My Life took me months. Yeah, it took me months. I had to call in guitarists, bassists, drummers, and stuff like that, But I mean, by God's grace, it's like, everything added up and came out well.
That's cool. I mean, the fact that you had to add, call in the bassist, but doesn't that give that the authentic live feel?
Yes, exactly. Because I'm a fan of organic sounds and stuff. Yeah, I really enjoy calling people to to pour their spirits on my project. So basically,
Okay.
yeah.
So you said that you play the piano. Do you play any other instruments?
I play drums, like drum set. I play gong, and I can actually touch any instrument I come across because I have basic knowledge of music. Yes.
I'm jealous. No, really.
Come on, Lynn.
How much are you going to charge to?
We'll talk about that later.
If okay. All right. So, you are also an A&R. So, which came first, being a music producer or being an A&R?
No, music production came first. Actually, when I met Oscar, that was when I started taking A&R seriously. Because I know when someone sings, I understand someone's voice, and then I know what's right for the person to do. You understand? So he just I think he saw that in me too. So it was like, okay, we can work together and stuff. And then since then, he's been teaching me, and I've been grasping one or two things and stuff. So, and we're able to do the Adekunle Gold project. Yeah. So.
Okay, can you talk a bit about the bridge? How did you meet Adekunle and make the decision to form the bridge as a group?
That's like a long story. Okay,
make it short.
We've been together for 17 years now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it was just street friends and everything. And then he used to sing. I used to sing too. We're both in junior choir. I used to play keyboard, and then we just started singing. Do you get? And somehow praise nights we just say, okay, let's do this song, blah blah blah. So then we started with some name called Heaven Word. Then from Heaven Word, root of JC, all those things. And then I can't remember the year, but then we formed the bridge. We did a couple of songs. You've already mentioned that in your introduction, yeah. And it was people, we had our own fans, like little, and then but because of the whole Nigerian entertainment group is actually like a very serious thing. Do you understand? It takes a while.
Because I was going to ask, what challenges did you face breaking into the Nigerian music industry as a duo?
It was challenging actually, because even one person never blew up. He never blew. So and the kind of music we were doing then, yeah, I think it was not like home. We're like big fan of people like R. Kelly, John Legend, One Direction, all those boys, but there's no money for that music in this country.
Nigeria said that, stop judging yourself.
Exactly, man. So God help us. God helped us actually. Someone came into the picture, and then it was like, okay, you guys should craft your music like this and blah blah blah. And then because of the challenges and everything, so we're like, okay, I think I should just hold the production. Do you understand? So Adekunle Gold should face the music and stuff, so that I can actually push more some other things also. So that was how the whole story began, and then we're still working till now.
That's really cool. Thank you for that concise summary of the bridge. I wanted to ask, who did the production for the songs and the covers for the bridge? Was it you?
No, covers. The instrumental is there already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No,
so we just like did a recording on it, and then it was mixed by Simi actually.
Okay, cool.
Yes, the John Legend one was mixed by Simi. The I think John Legend and Omolade, it was mixed by Simi.
Was she featured on was her voice on any of the songs? Because I felt like on Omolade, I felt like I could hear in the background in the vocals.
Yeah, yes, of course. She kind of sound engineer, makes sure that everything sounds well. So even if it takes her to spit on it, she's going to do it. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Shout out to Simi for being so multi-talented. So what's happening to the bridge at the moment? Are you on? Obviously, you are. It seems like you are on a hiatus at the moment, right? Or have you just disbanded?
Yes. Basically, I mean, there's no the bridge actually, but we're still working together. We've always been working together and stuff. Yeah, I mean, maybe later we can but it won't be the bridge. To just be okay. SeyiKeyz, Adekunle Gold, and I mean, almost maybe 50% of his fans knows that, okay, this guy is still in the picture and stuff like that. So it's still a very good relationship.
Okay. No, I asked that because you know how like is it Destiny's Child, like the group is still in existence?
No, it's not like that.
And I don't back with
those guys. We don't finish.
Okay, cool. Can you describe how you work on a musical project? But specifically, how did you even start working on Adekunle Gold's Gold album? How did you get introduced to the project, and how did they say, okay, Shay, we want you on the team, we want you to be a part of this this project?
Okay. Basically, okay, let me talk about how I work on music project. Yeah. What I do is that I connect first with the artist. Yes, I need to understand the artist well. I need to know the kind of sound that would work well. Most times I want to listen to what the person has done before. And if I don't like the artist or the song, no matter how much the person is bringing, it's either I don't collect it or I just charge extremely high to chase the person.
Why are you cussing yourself?
Because I don't want to have like, it's not about quantity.
But quality.
Yeah, it's about quality, and it's not about blowing. You get, it's about catalogs. Sure. Do you understand? Yeah. So I mean, I deal with catalogs, and that's where my head is. So basically, I connect with the artist. I understand the sound, the song itself, the message of the song, and if I notice that the writing of the person is not like really really on point, I invite the writer to come and to come and help. I do a little bit of voice production. I mean, it means like, if the person is supposed to sing something high, I sing it and then say, okay, you sing it like this. And yes, so, and when it comes to putting all the tones together, I do more of calling people to come and, put their spirit inside the song. Like, for instance, Sidney Salabere, yeah? I called the djembe player, I called a gongo player, yes, and then at some point I even went to Oscar, yeah, for one or two inputs. Do you understand? Because I actually knew what I wanted to hear, but it's not just coming; it's there in the heart. Do you understand? So, I'm a fan of calling people to to get something done, basically. So, that's how I work. Sometimes I take a while. Yes, that's for sure, because I believe in, if you create something now, yeah, it might be coming from your hand, it might not be coming from your heart. Yes, so, and I'm a fan of, when you listen to something, you should go straight to your heart. That's where the dollars come from. So basically, that's how I work, my music production. And on Adekunle Gold's album, we've been working for a long time. Yeah, so we've already understood each other. I understand the sound already, and then it was just easy. Do you understand? Like, and luckily we used to stay together. We still stay together till now. So anytime we just have any idea, they don't bring and come, you understand, then we just do something and then take it out to a producer that can handle it well. Like, there's this song called Sweet Me on the album. We did a demo in the house, and I'm like, oh, okay, the person that can get this right is Mastercraft, and they went to Mastercraft and they did it. So I mean, that was how everything just came out to be a masterpiece.
Oh, so it's really, so from what you're saying, it seems like you are more of a person who's very collaborative. You don't like to say, I'm going to be the only one who's going to work on this project. Like you said, if you feel like Mastercraft would deliver an exceptional work, you would. Exactly.
I don't have to do everything. I mean, great producers don't do everything, basically. For instance, I think Stronger by Kanye West, the kick in the song, he had to take it to this guy Timbaland to mix, to play, to just ordinary kick. That's because he understands music, and you can't really achieve masterpieces if you don't call in great minds. Do you understand? Yeah, that's what I think.
That's really cool, because I was listening to I was watching this like a documentary on NPR. It's called Noteworthy, and the guy was interviewing Alicia Keys, and he was asking what has changed over the course of her career. And she said that over the course of her career, she's learned to be more collaborative. Before, she wanted to what's the word now? She wanted to control every single element, but then she realized that just having more people on the project actually made it more richer.
Yes, exactly. I personally think that it's the best idea. That way you you last longer. Do you understand? Yeah. I mean the energy that you're supposed to put into 5 projects, you will put it into one. Yeah, and there's something about spirits, I have my own way of playing the piano. Someone else has some way of playing the guitar. Do you understand? And the person might just be in some kind of realm, So when you invite the person in, the person will just play from the heart. Do you get? So it's like different generation. You're pouring it inside one project. So I mean, it has to blow. It has to make sense.
It has to make sense. Okay, before I go back to you producing Nosalabere and My Life, can you tell us what production tools that you use when you produce songs?
I use Logic Pro. Yes, I'm upgrading to Logic Pro X now. Yes, basically that's and then I use 1 or 2 plugins. I use Contact. Yeah, I use West Africa. I use Damage. I mean, there are lots of it, Nexus and stuff. Yes, basically that's it.
Okay, why do you have a preference for Logic? Because some producers like Pro Tools, some producers like Fruity Loops. Yeah. Why do you like Logic?
The reason why I it's not like I don't like others. Yeah, but I like there is a difference between Fruity Loops and Logic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Fruity Loops has lots of automation, like you click, and then it's on. Do you understand? But Logic, you have to play it, and because I'm a fan of playing, so I have to play it and then record almost like it's analog. Do you understand? Yes, I mean, I don't know if I should try to up my game, but people are using Logic too, and it's sounding well. So basically, that's why I use Logic.
That's cool. Yeah, I interviewed T.Y. Mix, and he also likes Logic, so you're in good hands.
Yeah.
Okay, so now back to Nos Alabere and My Life. What was the inspiration behind Nos Alabere? First of all, let's start with Nos Alabere.
Okay, Nos Alabere. There was this day, myself and Kunle Adekunle were gisting and stuff. So he came up with the idea, right? And I'm like, okay, this song has to be a soulful song. Like, you can't be singing about Nos Alabere and then be doing this danceable thing. Do you understand? Then we were just in the studio, and I started playing the piano line, and he started vibing, and it made sense. So from there, we started building up. So I'm like, okay, because of the markets that we are here, we can't just put this song solemn, like 100% solemn, like hello kind of song. So the only thing I can do to make it make sense is to say infuse African sound into hello. Okay, so that was why I was like, okay, let me call in a djembe player. Then djembe player played the rhythm. I called the gongo player, I played the rhythm, and then everything started making sense. So that was why I decided, like, okay, let's start from mellow to the heavy sound. So from beginning of the song, you can see it's like, you can hear it like mellow and stuff. Then second verse, then to last chorus. Then when you have the African vibe, yeah. So that's the major thing.
Okay, very cool. Because I was gonna say, like, a lot of people like Nos Alabere. That's what I've come to see, that a lot of people like. I was gonna ask you why people like Nos Alabere, but it seems like you don't even know.
I don't know. I think number one, maybe because it's a unique idea. I mean, you're thinking about a nurse. You're not actually saying the nurse. You're now saying the nurse that holds a syringe. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. And then the sound, I really think the sound is different, John, right. Because you won't know that that's where the music is going to. Yeah. So, and the chant towards the end, Conley did a very great job. The even Simi mixed it well. So when you're listening to it, it's not just entering your ear, it's going straight into your heart, So I think the song is a masterpiece. I think so.
Got you bragging. Now, what about My Life? What inspired My Life, and how did you go about creating that song?
My Life, I actually connected so well to that song. When Conley came up with the idea, I started the song since February last year.
Really?
Yes, I started producing the song since February last year. Just like beat by beat and stuff. We got to a time I was like, okay, this song, my aim is for this song to meet the kings. That's what I told him. I'm like, okay, this song should be for the kings. And I'm talking about kings. I'm not talking about just any king. I'm talking about
Kings of
them on all those kind of people. Let them listen to this song, and it should be something that people want to use to brag. Do you understand? So if you want music that you want people to brag with, it has to come out heavy. Do you understand? And you have to connect to them like directly. Do you understand? They have to be able to dance to it. It needs to, everything has to make sense. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, the only thing we can do is let's come back home. Like Naija, Yoruba. Do you understand? So, making the music was a little bit of a challenge because, there's a different thing between you know what you want, but you're not getting it yet. Right? So when I started the music, it was still, there, but based on the fact that I wanted this organic sound, traditional sound, then I called in the gongo player. And then the guy, I said, okay, just freestyle. The guy freestyled. I'm like, okay, no, let's look for something to say. And then the guy, dropped it. I liked it. So that was where it started from, like the intro, the Ero Me part, yeah. And we started building the music. I called in a guitar player. The guy came. The guy played. He actually flew in from Abuja, yeah. And then he came with his friend. When it was after playing, I'm like, okay, I need a bass line on this song. So it was like, this guy right here plays bass. I'm like, oh really? He said yes, and then the guy came with his bass guitar, and then he played. I really liked what he played. So and then it actually finished between 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, between 2 weeks after starting from
February.
Yeah, so between 2 weeks, and then there was a part the horns. I had to get 2 horns guys, 1 sax, 1 trumpet to play the horns syncopation. Yeah, and then at some point I needed a roll. Then I called Fields, Mr. Producer. I'm like, oh guy, I need one kind mad roll, blah blah blah. So like, okay, why not try this? And then we all, it just came out so well. And even if I'm listening to the song today, I'm like, oh okay, God. Like I'm actually like grateful to God for letting me being able to like pull that off. Yeah,
that's really cool. Thank you for taking us through that, I guess, interesting process of how the songs came about. Quickly, with Adekunle Gold's album, I thought like there was a lot of elements of African drums, guitars. Was that deliberate because of Adekunle's sound and the project in particular? For you as a music producer, I'm asking. Or because would you have taken that same direction with someone else? Like, say, who else? I guess, you get my question. Like, yeah, okay. So,
I think it was actually deliberate. Excuse me. Because I wouldn't try it out with some other artist. I would not. It would actually sound extremely odd. Okay, I can't be doing. Let me use for an example. I can't be doing an Igbo song and then playing gong. It wouldn't make sense. Yeah. Do you understand? So, and because even Adekunle Gold's Yoruba is deep, I have to use a deep instrument. We have to go through the line looking for. There's this gong they call Yalu. It's like really big. There's one called Shawori there. All those. Yeah, we used Shawori there in this song, Beautiful Night. Okay. Yes, we used Bata for Beautiful Night. So really, production is actually deep. Like if you want to take your time, if you really want to come up with a catalog, you have to go deep. So this person is Yoruba, is deep. So you have to look for something deep. Let the spirit of those deep instruments connect to that sound. And there's no way this song, it won't be a masterpiece. There's no way. Yeah. So if I have someone else, I'm gonna like understand the person's sound, and then if it is rock that we have to play for the person, we'll look for rock instruments. If it is reggae, if it is, it's just it's just deep, aquara and stuff like that. Yeah, so it was
yeah, because that may seem like a very like not dumb question, but like obvious question. But sometimes I feel like you hear some people say some producers just toss every single instrument because you want to connect to what the society or what is trending right now. That's why I had to ask.
Yeah, I understand, and it's there's nothing like fresh sound. Actually, if it is fresh and it is sweet and there's grace of God, you make your money. Actually, yes, that's what I think. That's what I think.
Okay, cool. Now, as an A&R, how do you hone your listening ear? How do you, because an A&R, you have to like identify what would make the song work, what artist should work with what producer should work with what artist. How do you go about ensuring that you're paying attention to certain things that other people may be missing?
First of all, what I do is, as I said earlier on, I try to understand the person first, the personality. If the person talks too much, you don't expect the person to be singing so damn song. I mean, it's just normal. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I get to understand the person. When the person sings, what I listen to is not the voice this riffs and runs. You understand? I used to say when I listen to people's voice, I listen to the currency. Do you understand? So because some people will sing and then all you can hear is naira. Some people will sing and you're going to hear dollars, pounds. Do you understand? That's my own philosophy, basically. So when I listen, I'm like, okay, this can work. Let's get this producer to work with this person. Of course, I listen to the producer's catalog, portfolio, and everything. So, because trust me, there is nothing that wrecks an artist than working with the wrong producer. Yeah. Do you understand? Yes. So, God, I think it's just gifts, basically. And of course we're not perfect. You can say that okay, this and this will work. Exactly. At the end of the day it won't work, but I mean it's just at the end of it, it's actually like grace of God, basically. And good listening ears. Cool. Yeah.
Now what and who influences your music production?
Number one, Oscar.
This Oscar person seems very important.
Yeah, so it's important. I mean, to me, it's important.
Shout out to Oscar.
Shout out to Oscar and Timbaland. Yeah, Pharrell. Yeah, I mean, those are the people that you can't. When they make sounds, you can't hear it somewhere else. Do you understand? People like John Bellion. I don't know if you know him. Yes, those guys. They just do crazy things. That's as per production, music production, and I don't really know so much. I only know this guy called this Akon's brother. Boo, and then Oscar, and then Mrs. Diola. Yes, she's a fantastic. So those three people basically. Yeah.
Okay, very cool. Now in the future, do you intend to eventually move on to scoring movie soundtracks or just movies or TV shows, or are you just strictly I'm going to just work with the artist?
No, I actually intend to move on to those fields, because I already did the sound identity for one TV station, Rock TV, ROK TV. Okay. It's already they're using it, and I really like dead sounds. When I mean
dead sounds, like
when I mean dead sound, I mean dark sounds. Sounds like Enya kind of thing.
Yes,
you can actually tell in North Alabama. Do you understand? Yes. So, and most times, all the movies that get awards are kind of movies that have those kind of soundtrack. Johnson. So I think I'm going to dive into that, but maybe not now. Yeah, but gradually, and then maybe do more of sound IDs for radio and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do it. Sure. Okay.
That's cool. Looking forward to that. Shay, what advice do you have for young people who want to become music producers or they want to become an A&R?
Firstly, for music producers, you can learn.
How?
I mean, go to music school, YouTube, and stuff like that. But before you learn, don't just do it because you can hear people shouting Sam Clef, feels. Do you understand? It has to come from inside. You can't even do it without coming from inside, basically. So once you notice that you have that kind of talent and you want to go into it, you have to. It's like a footballer. You can't go to basketball. A match saying you're a footballer and you want to learn. Do you understand? So, which basically means that you have to go to the studio. You have to be amongst people that do music. That way, when they are pouring out their spirit, it's going to like touch you. Do you understand? So, if you want to be a producer, you have to be constantly in the studio, listen to music, try to create your own sound, replicate what people have done. It actually helps a lot. Like, you like this thing, you can just sit down and then try to replicate, learn as much as possible. Go to YouTube, use different music production softwares, look at the one, search for the one that you like, and then get familiar. Just start, and then don't start with the mind of say, I'll advise. Don't say you want to just blow.
Everybody wants to blow.
Everybody wants to blow, but trust me, blow. The word blow has a time limit.
Yeah,
Do you understand?
True.
Yes. So instead of saying blow, maybe you should just use the word maybe soar or sustain. Do you understand? Longevity. It's actually important, because if you want to be a producer by 35, you want to stop producing. Maybe by 50, you want to stop producing. But as much as you want to take it serious, you want to send your children to school from this thing, rent house, buy Bugatti and everything. You have to put your mind on making catalogs. Don't put your mind on making hits. True. Basically, that's what I say.
Look at you spitting like proverbs and
I mean, that's what I think.
Okay, then what about A&R?
Yeah, A&R, the same thing. Listen to sounds, understand sound identity. Be able to differentiate between this person can sing and this person has a good voice. Because it's two different things. We have lots of people that can sing. You can even learn how to sing, Seth. But if you're sleeping and you hear Asha singing, it's Asha. I mean, that's $1. Do you understand? Not be naira. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? When you listen to Simi, that one is Simi. When you listen to Adekunle Gold, it's Adekunle. Those are tight currencies. So you should be able to differentiate, like flavor kind of song. I mean, all the artists out there, they have unique sounds. So you need to be able to differentiate between good voice and good voice and unique voice. Basically, that's the first thing. And the second thing is understand music itself. Yeah. Do 1 or 2 test runs. Listen to a song. Like when an artist releases a song, give your own opinion. Then see if what you said matches with what good A&R said and stuff like that. That's how we all learn, John. So that's basically it's about learning A&R. Yeah. Okay.
Very cool. Now, are you signed to any record label as a producer, or are you strictly an independent producer?
Independent producer. I'm not signed to anybody right now.
Any plans to get signed?
I don't know. I mean, it all depends on God and everything, but I'll just keep doing my thing and keep making catalogs and stuff. Okay. So far, I'm making my money.
These guys. Okay. Now, do you have a publishing deal yet, or is that in the works, or are you just trying to focus on production for now?
I'm working on that. Okay, I'm working on publishing because
you gotta get
that's
the word.
That's my pension. Yes. That's my pension. When I'm 70, I still want to be receiving the dollars. You understand? So of course, definitely, I'm actually working on it. Okay. Yeah, because it takes a little time. Yes. So I'm working on it.
Okay, definitely. Great. And obviously, the Nigerian music industry we're growing definitely, but we don't have established publishing company. I mean, we have Greenlight Publishing, we have I think 5 Music Group Publishing, but I feel like it's not at the level that it is back in the States. And
it's actually like just crawling there. True. It's going to get there, but before it gets there, God is going to pave a way for me and stuff like that. I have to sign with international publishing companies and everything, because it's actually important. And I think Nigeria is going to get there too, like very soon. Yeah.
Okay, so we should be looking forward to you probably having a publishing deal with like Sony, WMG, UMG soon.
In fact, before you say it, I've already signed.
This guy, oh my gosh. Okay, cool. I was gonna ask you, in terms of producers in Nigeria, do you feel like producers get enough credit?
I really think credit.
Like credit, like do they get enough recognition? Do they get not recognition like I want to make you a celebrity? No, like do you get recognition for the work that you do? Do you get royalties? Like we talked about the lack of infrastructure. So is that your opinion, or do you feel like Nigerian producers get all the credit that they deserve?
Basically, because there is no, where there is no law, there is no sin. Yeah, so because there is no, there is nothing guiding these things. There is no royalty. Do you understand? Yes, I mean it's a big deal. Most producers that I spoke with like recently, they're actually like lamenting and stuff like that. You see producers, they'll make an artist and then at the end of the day they're nowhere. But I mean, I won't really blame anybody because there is nothing. But at least we know that it's going there, it's getting there, but there is nothing for now guiding those making it possible. Do you understand? But at the same time, my advice is, if you're a producer and you're sure of your work, I mean, even though if you won't kill you, that kind of thing. Because you understand, you just have to just make sure what you're doing is unique. Trust me. Do you understand? Once it's unique, and then someone comes, like an artist comes around, he wants to make music. I mean, if the person doesn't want to pay royalty, charge high. That's what I think. I mean, at least know that, okay, this one, once I do this one like this, this is what I want to go and buy. Do you understand? You get what I'm trying to say? So, it depends on the producer. Actually, depends on the person. If what you're looking for is, if you want to, making a living is different from making a life. Right. Do you understand? So, if you just want to make a living, you can just charge and one off, which is like the most common thing right now. But I mean, we all have different goals, different dream, and everything. So, I am going to do more of reality. So, I mean, but I hope that Nigeria, we grow to that extent that producers can actually talk. Yeah,
that's really cool. There's a difference between making a living and making a life. That's really cool. I like that. Now, do you think Nigerian music producers should have a union? Because we just talked about lack of infrastructure. Do you think that a union would, in some ways, help Nigerian producers get the royalties, the credit that they deserve, and less one-off situations and more royalty-producing situations?
Yes, I think so. I think if there's a union, then of course something can definitely come up, because one person cannot keep shouting and shouting. If this person says, I want to get royalty, that person says, don't worry, I will do it. But if there's a union, you can always say, if there's no royalty, don't do this. But I mean, I still pray that that unity, the spirit of unity, comes on every producer, so they can think about it and work it out.
Because I was telling someone that interview, I know that having your name listed on an album art is not any form of credit, but I think that it is important for how far we have come. Because now that I type up SeyiKeyz, I see songs produced by Shay. People actually know that someone produced the song, compared to a couple of years back, it was just the song. No one knew who was behind the song.
Exactly. Lots of producers suffered it, but maybe that's why we didn't think about me. I didn't think about production at that time.
You were singing Omalade.
I was singing my Omalade there. So
this guy. All right, cool. Now, as your career is beginning to take off, do you have a manager yet?
No, I don't have a manager yet. As for me, it's not that serious for now. I mean, that's what I think. So as time goes on, there's time for everything. If I have to get one debut or
right
anybody to take on my business aspect, then when the time comes, I know it's close, it's very near, but everything will come when the time is right.
So we'll definitely see you having an accountant and a lawyer in the future.
Yes, definitely. That's when the money is coming now. It's very close.
No, I asked that because there's some producers who do not even have that. They don't have a manager, they don't have they don't have a accountant or a lawyer because they're not thinking long term. But as a brand and as a producer, like, you want to focus on the creative aspect. You want your business to be handled by the people who are competent enough to do it. So, like your contracts, for example, you always need to have a lawyer who's reading your contract so you don't sign your life away.
Yeah, exactly. It depends on the producer at the end of the day. I'm going through that route. Do you get? Yeah. So I mean, depends on some people just think let's just do this music and. But I'm going through the route of making it a professional thing at the end of the day. Yeah. So yes, when the time comes, everything's gonna fall in place.
That's cool. So we're gonna wrap it up with you. Thank you for your time. I know that you're already like Shadi. Story. Do you have any? What can we expect from you in 2017?
I'm gonna be working with a few other artists. See me. I'm gonna be working with Dare. I've started looking out for talents. Yes, some are already calling. I don't rush. Basically, I calm down. I understand what's going on and stuff. I check the market if the market is ready for this person. Yes, so I have like 2 artists already that I might work with aside from Simi and Dari and anybody else that comes around, and of course some more stuffs from Kunle. I mean Ade Kunle Gold, yes, and some more stuffs, yeah. But for now, that's all for now that I have in my head right now.
Okay. Are there any major artists that you would like to work with in 20s apart from Dare and? Well, Simi and Ade Kunle always say like are still like up and coming. No one's really like established yet. But apart from like the top ones like Dare, are there any artists that you're like, I need to work with this person this year?
There's one lady in my head right now. Okay. You know her. Okay. Now maybe she's going to listen to this someday. Yes. There's an idea that I have, and it's not far fetched. I want to work with Asha. Yeah, because the idea I have in my head is like it's massive. Do you understand? Like, don't even let me talk too much.
No. Yes, Asha is definitely.
But I want her voice. I want her voice on the jam. Do you understand? So I mean, let's see how things go. Yeah.
That's really cool. That's really cool to hear. Okay, so quick random questions before I wrap it up with you. What have you been listening to recently in terms of music?
I've been listening to lots of John Bellion, lots of Mumford and what's that?
Mumford and
Sons.
Yes.
Yes, and a little bit of Alicia Keys. I hold jams. Yes, because she has lots of mad progressions. Yes, and lots of this guy Ebenezer Obey.
Interesting.
Yes. Why? Because of the urban, organic sounds now, and I've been listening to what's this guy's name? He's a Yoruba singer like that. I've forgotten his name. He's Kunle sent me the song like a few days ago. Yeah, it's been on replay. So basically, that's what I've been listening to. Just trying to like gather ideas. So.
Okay. Actually, what's the most important thing when you make music?
It's the soul. Yes, for me. Yes, it's when I try as much as possible to put a little bit of humanity in music. Don't just listen to music and then you understand, but listen to me. Even if the music is about to go crazy, yeah, it should have one particular instrument that reminds you that you're human. Do you understand? I mean, that's what I do. That's what I do, and it answers your question, right? Yeah. So basically, that's it.
Okay. Now, just quick back. I just something just popped into my mind as you are developing your sound as a music producer. What would you want to be your identity in terms of music production, or are you just open to making music, or do you want to have a unique sound that people say when they hear a song they're like, that's a SeyiKeyz production?
Yes, of course, which is the organic sound. I mean, I won't like deceive myself. I can't really make music like Timbaland. Do you understand? But I want to make music like that Timbaland will listen to. I'll be like, I can't make this music. Timbaland knows how to play gong. He can't know how to play gong. Do you understand? And stuff like that. So I want to. organic sounds. Yeah, this year I'm gonna be doing a lot of traveling. Yeah, I have plans on going to places like Senegal. I want to go to Tanzania. I want to go and listen to their sounds.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's the. I mean, when people out there outside Africa, when they think about Africa, what they see is naked women with beads or animals and stuff like that. They should start thinking about music when they think about Africa. It's not like they don't think about music, but it's not like it's a major thing. So they need to know that it's major. So that's why I'm like going through the route of organic sound. Yeah, because that's where my own dollar will come from.
I mean, but thankfully, we have like artists like Fela, Femi, and King Sunny Ade, to name a few, Sade, that have helped in making sure that they promoted that Nigerian.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how strict were your parents?
My parents, like generally, is it like generally
1
or
to 10, on a scale of 1 to 10.
like let me say 7.
Oh, no, you're so put together. You've been so kind to me. Not giving me a holla. That's okay. Now, tell me the 3 best things about you.
I don't know if they're best things because they've affected me. Do you understand? I don't think about myself before I think about others. I think about others first, and it has, of course, put me into trouble. I don't know if it's the best thing or and what else? Best? I'm a good listener. Yeah, I'm a good listener. I kind of talk less. You might not want to believe that, but I talk less. I'm a good listener, and what else? I hardly get angry. Yes, I mean my friends can actually literally count the amount of times I've gotten angry. But when I get angry, I'll leave that one for the next interview.
Wait. Okay, I need to tap into your spirit. Like, wait. So when someone, how are you able to do that? That you hardly get, because living in Nigeria, especially in Lagos, like there's an endless amount of reasons for you to get angry and to get upset. So how do you manage that?
I think it's the grace of God, because one thing I'm going to say one thing now, and believe it or not, I think I've only seen my mom get angry like twice. Yes, twice. Like just twice. Do you understand? And I don't know, maybe I actually got it from her. Yeah. But it doesn't happen. Like, get me angry, I might just like say, but it won't really like pass, something that is so serious. Do you understand? So it's like really hard for you to see me. Like, instead of that, I take it in. Like, I just swallow it and forget about it. I think it's the grace of God. Yeah.
Seriously, we need to be best friends. Okay, now to you, can you tell me who are the 3 greatest living or dead musicians in Nigeria?
Nigeria, they're still living. Sunny Ade is still living. Yes. From this generation, I'm gonna Two-Face Idibia, and yes, of course, Fela Nikolako. Yes. Yeah. And who again? I'm gonna give it up for that Green that brought the whole, street hip hop thing. Yes. You said 3. I've mentioned 4.
It's okay. But because of that Green, I will. I'm a huge that Green fan. So okay. Now, what accomplishments are you most proud of so far?
For now, music-wise, yeah, of course. Adekunle Gold's album, yes, because it's good to say that we've been together for a long time, and then the success all over everywhere, and I really bless God for giving me the spirit of collaboration. Do you understand? Because some people cannot take it. Do you get? But I'll just say that's like the biggest for now. Yeah.
Because like I told you off air, like you just give up you have a very peaceful vibe, and the fact that you actually like to collaborate with people, that's really awesome. It's really.
It's not me. I'm like that.
Please, I beg. Okay, now if you could only eat 3 foods for the rest of your life, what would they be?
Food. I'm a fan of food.
So name 3.
Pounded yam.
Pounded yam.
Yes. I like rice. I like rice. And I said pounded yam, rice, and maybe beans and plantain. Yes.
Those are good choices. Now, what's a good book that you have read recently?
Trust me, I don't really read books like that. I mean,
Is
a
there a reason
Bible.
why? Okay, the Bible. Uncle, I beg, come on.
That's play safe.
You haven't read any books recently?
I read The Secrets.
Who's that by?
I forgot.
What was it about?
It's about living life, about law of attraction, about how you can call things into your life, imagine things, and then it happens. Yeah, so I was able to infuse that into my spiritual life. Yeah, so that's that.
That's pretty cool. Now, 2 more questions. What are your pet peeves? Kilomantai. How do you say that in Yoruba? How do you say that? Kilomantai.
What irritates you?
Yeah, what irritates you? Yeah.
Let me think. Well, really, I can't really think about something right now. But
nothing annoys you.
Annoys me. Okay, someone that talks extremely too much.
Extremely too much.
Extremely. Someone that is like, that does not know when to stop. Do you understand? And because the fact that I'm a good listener does not mean that
you take it for granted.
I take it for granted. I don't take it for granted. And then what else? Nobody's dirty to me, so I won't say dirty. So let me just, that one's okay.
Someone who talks so much. Okay. Now, finally, what is the best piece of advice that you have received? Either in 2016 or just in your life generally?
Yes. The person said, let me put it the exact way. Okay, it's an advice from a producer. Yeah. He said, when I was trying to still trying to craft my own this thing, so he said, don't make music to blow. Yeah. Make music to sustain, basically, because when you make music to blow, the people you're making music for, or let me say the artists, would come around. All the creativity you've been saving from when you were little till whatever age, they'll take everything with them, and then they'll blow you, and you'll make money, what you think is money, but you won't make a living. You make a life, basically. So he said, don't make music to blow, make music to sustain. Yeah, so that's like huge.
Yeah, you see, you just come up with a very deep guy, but not knowing that you're one kind of waka waka. But Shay, thank you so much for doing the show with me.
You're welcome.
Did you have a good time?
Yes. I mean, very interesting something. It's a good way to start the year.
Yay, I'm glad.
Thank you, Shadi.
No, thank you. So looking forward to all the awesome things you have to do in you're going to be doing in 2017, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And if people want to follow you on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, can you tell them what your social media handles are?
Everything is SeyiKeyz, SeyiKeyz.
Okay.
SeyiKeyz everywhere.
Okay, so Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Yes. Okay, cool. All right, thank you so much, Shay.
You're welcome, Shadi. Thank you.
And thank you so much, everyone, for listening. And we'll be back next week with another awesome music producer. Thanks. Bye. The SNC podcast is produced by Sade Anozie and Tomiwa Fawumi. To ensure you don't miss subsequent episodes, you can follow the show on its various social media handles at TheSNCPodcast. So that's TheSNCPodcast. And that name is universal across Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, Facebook, iTunes, and Mixcloud. For those who'd like to get in touch with me by email, my email is shadeanozie@gmail.com. Alternatively, you can follow me on Twitter at ShadeNonconform. Till next week, cheers.